Good morning and welcome back to my vlog. Today we are going to be... Whoa. Welcome back to my channel and happy Tuesday. This video is going to be a few days in my life, but we're calling it Lose Weight With Me because if you don't know, I am on an active weight loss journey to lose somewhere between 35 and 50 pounds. Why don't I actually know that number? Because I'm not letting the number on the scale dictate where my goal weight is. I am instead allowing my body to dictate where my goal weight is. So here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I know. I know that I need to lose some pounds. I know that I will feel better. I will move better. I will be more confident in my body. I'll be more pleased with my wardrobe if some pounds come off. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to wait until my body feels right, where I fall in a weight range where I can maintain that weight and maintain a lifestyle that is fun and allows for things like date nights and desserts and things of that nature, whatever that happy place is, and where my clothes that I want to fit into fit. So there's, of course, because of the way clothing sizes are and the way bodies are and how they respond to different things like strength training and how weight can fluctuate on the day-to-day, hour-by-hour basis. This is why I'm not allowing a weight to dictate my goal, which is why I have such a wide range of what goal weight could possibly be. We're gonna lose some weight, and it's one of those things where like, I'll know when I get there. So that's the new approach that we are taking. I am doing a method of tracking my food and intuitive eating. Now you've probably seen by part of the title or something in this video that I am going to be sharing a 0-point recipe with you. Y'all, I know what the 0-point foods in the current Weight Watchers plan are. I also know that you can manipulate the Healthy app, which is the app that I have been a coach in for years and years and years. You can manipulate the Healthy app with the lovely 0-bite food option, we call them bites instead of points, to recreate the current WW plan. And full transparency, I have been tracking in something that looks like the current WW plan. Why? Because after the 12 to 15 years on my journey of every weight loss program known to man, starting from just before Points Plus in the Weight Watchers, I lost 57 pounds on Weight Watchers Points Plus, moving into iTrack Bites, which is now Healthy because they had my own plan, doing the Smart Points, doing freestyle and hating it, which is the irony of all of this because now I'm loving it. And then going into calorie counting, macro tracking, macronutrition coaching, and intuitive eating. All of those years and years of dieting history and learning and embracing and growing and understanding has led me to here, where I am marrying the idea of intuitive eating. Intuitive eating diehards are rolling over in their seats right now because I'm marrying intuitive eating with tracking and weight loss, and it is working beautifully, if I do say so myself. And the current WW plan, honestly, is kind of how I want to be eating. It's how I want to be eating. We have the 0-point foods of potatoes and oats and beef, lean beef, which is why this is going to be a 0-point recipe to remember. So different cuts of beef, different cuts of chicken. It's much more, it gives you much more allowance for what is actually considered to be a 0-point food. And with that allowance, it helps gear your food decisions in such a way where you can eat intuitively while you are tracking your food, and then using your points to just moderate your fats, your cheeses, your sugars, things of that nature. And so that's absolutely and perfectly aligned with where I am after the over a decade of trying everything else out. So that's where we're at. And that's why today we have a 0-point, or it's almost 0-point. There's one ingredient that will add a minuscule amount of points because of how big the serving size or how much food I'm creating, right? So maybe it's a 1 point per bowl food because now, if you are doing the Better Balance plan on Healthy, if you swap out the lean ground beef for ground turkey or ground chicken, that will also be 0. Or if you use the little toggle button in the Healthy app, you can make it 0. Anyway, it's very exciting and very, very good. Here's what's going on. So this video is going to be Lose Weight With Me. Let's go through a couple days of my life. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing. It's Days in My Life vlog, but we're going to be focused on what are the wellness things that I'm doing? What am I actively doing? Let me share with you the things that are happening that are making the scale go down on a regular basis. I have so far maintained a loss of almost 6 pounds since the beginning of July, which is incredible. And when through a menstrual cycle and through some overeating days, the scale has not spiked back up in a meaningful way and stayed there. Usually what happens is I can lose about 5 pounds and then I spiral and then it goes back up and then I have to fight to lose those 5 pounds again. I'm not fighting, I'm maintaining that loss that I've lost so far, which is an incredible feeling. So join me today and then for the next few days as we go through what I'm doing to lose weight. And I'm so glad you're here. All right, here's breakfast. This is my second cup of coffee, splash a half and half slash of Nut Pods unsweetened creamer. I've got 2 clementines because I bought a ton of produce yesterday, a ton of produce. We have apples and peaches and a giant Sam's Club bag of clementines. We have bananas, and then in the fridge we have raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and some vegetables as well. So we've got produce to eat, which is great because I would rather, I prefer to be snacking on desserts, right? But I prefer to make choices that are aligned with my goals. I prefer to be eating produce. So got 2 clementines, and then this is an egg fold over, 2 eggs, high fiber tortilla, and then the thing that was bubbling in the pan, I made like a crispy feta cheese thing to put in there with a little bit of mustard for flavor. Super delicious, super easy, but I wanted to front load some fiber because, I'm gonna be getting fiber later. There's actually plenty of fiber in the dinner I'm making tonight, but we're also having s'mores tonight. So I wanted to make sure that I got as much fiber as I possibly could. Welcome to my office, a place where I feel like I do not nearly spend as much time as the goal-oriented part of me desires and like the worker part of me desires, because I've been so busy doing everything else, which is just wild. Like, how in the world do I run out of time to come in here and do the content creation, business woman, office stuff? I have no freaking idea. But today I've since gone to the dentist. I had a 10 o'clock dentist appointment. I am back now and I played with the dog. It is 11:37. I did some home things, whatever. And doggy is now, I don't know if you can see her. She's over there somewhere because she's following me around. But yesterday, this is wellness related, I promise, wellness goal, lose weight with me related. Yesterday, I finally did the thing that I keep not wanting to do, which is my weightlifting workout. And I did my leg day workout. I restarted because I have not successfully gotten past like the middle of week 2 on this 25-minute speed train program from Beachbody. And I'm determined that in order to bust through the all or nothing mindset, because even though I preach getting rid of all or nothing mindset, I need to make sure I practice what I preach. And let me admit to you, it is hard. Banishing all or nothing mindset in every area of life is really freaking difficult, okay? And it is an ongoing process, and that is exactly what I'm working on. So something, the little devil on my shoulder keeps telling me, well, if you skip a day, then you have to just wait until next Monday and start all over so you can do all 7 workouts consecutively and keep going and going for 8 weeks. And I fully acknowledge that that's a problem because I know my body, and my body does not do well without a break. There is not a reasonable way for me to be able to tax my body in a weightlifting kind of way in an amount that encourages muscle growth and training without wearing myself out enough that I don't require a rest day in the middle of the week. And this program does not provide rest days. And so my new approach was, yes, did I wait for a Monday start to start over again? I did. I'll fully admit it. But here's my new approach. Any day that I have to skip, so let's say I do the workout yesterday, I do the workout today, which I still plan on doing because it is an upper body workout. My upper body is not what's bothering me. I just have other plans first, which I'll tell you in a second. So if I do yesterday and today, and then for whatever reason tomorrow my body's just like, I can't. Instead of being like, oh no, I missed day 3, gotta start over next week, I'm gonna just do day 3 on day 4. And if that's how it has to be, so anytime I go downstairs and go, okay, it is a strength training 25-minute speed train day, I'm just gonna do whatever the next workout is, whatever that is. And so this 8-week program might take me 9, 10, 11 weeks instead of 8. And that's fine. as long as I get through it, and am taxing my body, but also resting my body in the way that it requires to recover so I can continue to tax my body. All of that to say, I did the workout yesterday and I pushed really hard. And my calf muscles, which don't work very well, in my disability and my progressive disease, the only part of my body that we really notice that something might be happening in terms of progression is my calf muscles, which encourages me to work them harder. But also I walked up the stairs yesterday after my workout and I was like, oh crap, did I like bust these up enough where I'm not gonna be able to walk tomorrow? And I felt kind of weak the rest of the day because I tired them out. You kind of need your calf muscles to be able to stand, and hold yourself up. It's kind of part of the trunk that holds up the tree, so I'm sore today. I'm sore, and my lower body, especially from the knee down, is very tired. So I'm sitting here going, but I need to get my steps in, I need to do the workout, and I need to do it all with time to make my chili because we have people coming over tonight. I know I told y'all that I'm making this 0-point chili, but I don't know if I told y'all why. Our small group, our life group, I now denote the two different groups. I differentiate the two groups by the life group is the group of young married couples headed by a more experienced married couple. They're kind of our family. They have become our family in Minnesota. So I call them our life group. And then my husband and I run a small group, which is also becoming a life group. It's really starting to gel. We started it through our church in March and it has been going very, very well. But we have two different groups. We met with our small group on Sunday. They come to our house every Sunday. But Tuesdays we meet with our life group, and we are hosting life group today because our heads are out of town and we usually meet at their house. And since we keep the house clean enough because we have people over every week and we got this new fantastic s'mores maker, I was like, guys, come over, hang out with us. It means my husband and I don't have to go anywhere, which is a bonus, right? And then we were talking about s'mores and just hanging out, I was like, I need to cook something for dinner so I'm not just feeding people sugar, because they come at between 5 and 6 and that's dinner time. And it's not fair to their bodies to just be like, here's a bunch of sugar, go forth and enjoy the rest of your day with blood sugar spikes. You can tell that I'm nutrition oriented. So one of the meals I have made for them multiple times before, and it's a hit every time, is this chili. So I have to work out and get the chili cooking in my new pot. I'm so excited to christen one of the pots for a change. We just got this new entire cookware set of green pan ceramic cookware, really high end, really nice. It was a pretty penny, but we upgraded all of our stuff to get rid of the Teflon nonstick in our house. And so I'm really excited to christen the big pot tonight and make a double batch of this chili to feed my friends and to have on hand for me to have as a healthy, nourishing, low to no point food. So that's the plan, but it has to cook on the stove for a couple of hours. So I need to plan the workout and then make sure I get the cooking time in and get cleaned up and whatever. Well, all that to say, it's always something. It's always something. So the thing I've been putting off for what feels like forever, it's literally been on my to-do list probably since before my grandfather died. And my grandfather died 4 weeks ago today, which is wild to me. I saw a picture of him yesterday and I got very, very sad because my heart of hearts still has not accepted that I'm not going to see him again on this side of heaven. And, it makes me sad because he was my favorite person outside of my husband. And I've accepted it. On surface level, I've accepted it. I know he's gone. We are grieving and moving through it and whatever. But sometimes when I sit and reflect on it, I still get so sad. So sad. And I know it's only been 4 weeks and this is going to take me ages, months, years to get over. But every once in a while, it still hits me like a ton of bricks that he's gone. But it was 4 weeks ago today. So for 4 weeks, I have had clean up the freaking office on my to-do list. And because my body is still working on movement and feeling secure on my legs, I can't decide if elliptical is going to be a thing I do today. I'm going to try it, but I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go because my legs are so tired. So I decided, let me use some of my energy to actually get the organizational job of this office done. Especially since we're having people over and you never know if people wander upstairs. We end up wanting to show people something. A lot of people will come and raid my Bible studies that I have to borrow from me. So I want to get this office clean. was really long. How did this clip end up 8 minutes? I have no freaking idea. Anyway, here's the situation. This is what we've got. I've still got my unboxing from my FabFitFun box. Like that is a pie pan. It needs to go downstairs. I've got this blanket because Gracie no longer uses her crate. What am I gonna do with the blanket? No idea. My standing desk. Have I used my standing desk to stand at anytime recently? No, I have not. My desk has just got a little bit of clutter on it, but nothing that's unmanageable. Same with presumably in the frame, the makeup thing. It's not terrible. I do have a doggy on the floor. So I'm gonna get this done. I'm not gonna film it because I'm going to get some other footage uploading to my computer while I do it. But when we come back, this will be done. I will have moved, I will have recaffeinated, and then we will get on with the day. All right, we have made progress. Check that out. Check that out. I did the thing. I also edited and uploaded a vlog, so we're doing more work than I originally anticipated. All right, my friends, it is officially time. We are getting started on the pot of chili. I am christening my new green pan ceramic 8-quart pot. This is gonna be my new soup and chili pot. Hopefully a double batch of chili fits. We're gonna find out because I feel like it's small, but also it's the biggest pot they had, so we'll see. Here are the ingredients for a double batch, okay? You can do this however you want, really. In terms of, and it's the spices and there's a little bit of canola oil, but like negligible. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, because I'm calling this the 0-point chili, right? Is there trace amounts of canola oil in this? Yes. Are they still mostly just beans and spices? Yes. So I'm considering them to be 0, okay? With that understanding, the ingredients are as follows. Per batch, so I'm double batching it, so just half it, okay? I have 4 cans of chili beans, 2 cans of tomato sauce, and then the equivalent of 2 cans, I just bought the big can of diced tomatoes, okay? We have I have 3 bell peppers in here. 2 is the requirement. It's 1 per batch, right? So we got bell peppers. I got 2 onions here that I have to dice up in my food processor. And then we've got 2 pounds of the grass-fed lean organic ground beef. And yes, so this, if you're on healthy, is technically not 0 if you're on Better Balance, but on the new Weight Watchers plan, lean ground beef like this is 0, which I love. So one can modify their healthy app and click the toggle on button to get the calories and the macros to still track. But if you want to have this as 0, you can just toggle that. Alternatively, I typically use ground turkey to make this, which is in fact 0 on healthy. So on the Better Balance plan on healthy. But I'm using beef today because I want some beef, and beef is more traditional for chili, right? And then we have chili powder. I typically do 4 to 6 tablespoons of chili powder, depending on people's tolerance for spice. We don't have a high tolerance for spice in this house, but I do like there to be a little bit of heat, so I kind of go based on color. And then I'm gonna ease up a little bit to make sure it's not too spicy because we have guests and children coming over tonight. And then the only thing that is actually containing points is this. I use brown sugar, and I use equal parts brown sugar to the chili powder. So if I use 4 tablespoons of chili powder, I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of sugar. And now here's the thing. For both of these things, it's all to taste, right? So if you want something that's a little bit more spicy, you add more of this and or less of this. And then if you want it to be sweeter and like richer with that sweetness, you add a little bit more sugar. So I will probably do, again, somewhere between 4 and 6 tablespoons of sugar, 4 and 6 tablespoons of chili powder for the double batch, and then a tablespoon of minced garlic. You put it all in the pot. I'm gonna cook the meat in the bottom of the pot first and then add the vegetables, and on it goes. And then we will, we'll have chili. And it'll sit and cook on the stove until people get here. All right, my friends, people will be here soon, but I wanted to show you the finished product, and I'll try to show you the spread if I can film subtly. I'm not gonna put anybody on film who doesn't wanna be for the sake of the vlog, but hopefully I can get a shot of the food. But here is the pot of chili. Look at her, she's beautiful. The pot is in fact big enough, and it's still a little bit more liquidy than normal, but it'll thicken up over time as it sits. People probably won't be eating for about another half an hour. So I just stir occasionally, but oh, the 0.0 bite if modified goodness, y'all. So exciting. And even if you're not tracking bites, points, I almost said bite like taste, bites or points, it's still healthy, nourishing food. There's nothing, except for the bit of brown sugar, nothing in here that isn't wildly nourishing to the body. So it's amazing. Hello, happy Wednesday. This is my breakfast this morning. I wanted to get a little bit fancier with it. It has been a while since I've had, and by a while, I mean like maybe a week, maybe. But I'm obsessed with this meal. This is the Thomas's Light English Muffin, 8 grams of fiber, baby, in the English muffin, with cherry tomatoes and feta cheese cut up and mixed together and melted. So it forms like that crispy, crusty, tomatoey thing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. 1 avocado cup seasoned with oregano, dill, and garlic powder, and then the egg on top, hopefully runny. Let's see how I did. Oh, that's better. Little too long, but a lot better. And dill pickle seasoning on top, and then we've got some strawberries and raspberries for a little bit more fiber, some sweet, and some fruit. What are the odds that I look at this at exactly 10,000 steps? Exactly 10,000. Happy day, and it's only 3:15. Well, hello. Happy Thursday. Don't mind me just multitasking away, putting yet an extra layer of moisturizer on my face because we have seemed to have gone back to dry as the Sahara Desert, and I have no freaking idea why. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. This is the LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream that I talked about in my FabFitFun video that I posted not too long ago, and it is a like $94 day cream for an ounce of this product. But y'all, if this doesn't smell like the spa, if I could get, no joke, if I could get an air freshener that smells like the LMS spa products, I would, especially like the, oh, so good. I feel the same way about the, different brand whose name is going to, I think it was Ahava, the Ahava like dark green cleanser, like dark green bottle. I don't remember what it was called, but oh my gosh, it smelled like a spa in my shower every time I used it, and I loved it so much. Anyway, I am trying desperately. This is like the second layer of moisturizer I've put on after a shower. I let the first one sink in, and then I wanted to put a second one over before maybe possibly putting on some makeup. I don't know, because we have to go to church tonight. I'm for sure going. My husband is TBD, but we have a creative arts team meeting tonight. Anyway, things that I'm doing really well this week. I am nailing the workouts. I was at 10,000 steps at 3:30 p.m., before 3:30 p.m. And I have done, today's Thursday, I have done a strength training workout. I have done a 25-minute speed train workout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yes, today I did workout 4. I have not once, in all of my many attempts to start and continue this program since it launched back in June, this is the first week I have done 4 days in a row. And I'm very proud of that. I did even, it would have been very easy for me to make an excuse because my legs are still killing me from Monday. They're killing me. They're a lot better than they have been, but I have been struggling to bend over. Like this body, I crossed the line on Monday. I did. And I've been paying for it. Today was supposed to be leg day. And I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to disrupt the healing that my legs are doing. So I'm not gonna do leg day today. And that would have been so easy to make an excuse that was like, so I'm not gonna do it because it's leg day and I don't wanna do leg day today. No, I took tomorrow's upper body workout and I was like, my upper body still feels pretty good. Even though I worked that more recently, I did upper body on Tuesday. It recovered better. There's still a little bit of like, oh, hello, you did in fact lift weights 2 days ago. But not in like a debilitating amount of pain. So I did tomorrow's workout today, and I'm gonna do today's workout tomorrow to give my legs an extra day. I did not take any excuses. I did not allow it, and I am so proud of that. What am I not doing well this week? Filming everything that I'm eating. Even though it's a lose weight with me vlog. A lot of it has been the same, but have I once managed to get a picture or something of my bowl of chili? No. And I made the chili on Tuesday. So rest assured, my friends, dinner yesterday and the day before when I actually made it was a bowl of homemade chili, the chili that I talked about but never showed you the finished product. Delicious. Love it. Sprinkle some cheese on it. The shredded cheese was a huge hit with the kids that were at the house too. We had two under two at our house on Tuesday night as well, and they thought the cheese was the best part of the bowl of chili. And we had some cornbread, and that was delicious. So I had cornbread, a few tortilla chips, some cheese on the chili, and then we of course had s'mores. I had 1.5 s'mores. So like the standard size, you know, have like 1 sheet of graham cracker equals the sandwich. So I had 1.5. One was a regular, half of our giant freaking marshmallows and some chocolate. And then my half one, I actually had a Reese's Thin. And oh man, is that good? The Reese's? Top-notch s'mores choice, by the way. And then this morning, let's talk about this morning, because this morning is, oh, that feels so nice. Oh my gosh, I don't want to love this. Anti-wrinkle hydrating day cream. I do not want to love this because it's $94, and the only reason I have it is because it was in my FabFitFun box. I really don't want to love that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I digress. Gracie and I went for a walk this morning. And it was lovely. It was like 1.5 miles. I got a whole bunch of my steps in, which is how I was able to front load a bunch of my steps before my healthy meeting. Long story short, there was a poop incident after the walk in our house. She pooped under our kitchen table, but like not so far under enough where we would miss it, but just under enough where I, of course, step in it en route to make myself breakfast at 10:30 when I have a call at 11. So needless to say, due to the poop mushing situation, I did not get to eat my breakfast. Fear not, I ate my breakfast for lunch, so I still got to eat my delicious English muffin avocado toast with runny eggs and feta and tomatoes, and oh my gosh, it was delicious. It always is. When I feel really bougie, I take a little bit of balsamic glaze that I have and just like pour just a little bit on there. It's like 15 calories worth maybe, not much, but that balsamic vinegar glaze adds a nice zing to it, a nice brightness and acidity. Oh, it is divine. Anyway, my point is, I'm sitting here going, it is 4:30 and we're going to have to leave the house by like 5:35, so like an hour. I have a couple of things that I want to do, and I'm not feeling like I'm going to be hungry enough to actually eat dinner because I still have my substitute. Well, I still need to eat because I'm hungry and I just, I've been sweating. I need to get some protein and energy in my system. My breakfast was 2 clementines. This, which is my new favorite thing, shout out to Shelly. I don't think she watches my videos, but she goes to my healthy meetings and she's the one who told me, well, these Nuri vanilla shakes are very good and taste like the Fairlife ones. They do. They do. So Fairlife, sorry, you didn't listen and didn't bring back the vanilla ones. So I'm a Nuri girl now. At least when it comes to vanilla. Oh, it's so good. And it's the same kind of stats as the Fairlife Nutrition Shake. 150 calories, 2 carbs, 2.5 fat, 30 grams protein. Love it. Tastes amazing. Love it even more. Aluminum, love that for recyclability and sustainability. Love that even more. So I had that, and then for my fiber kick, because my rule now is, you guys have always known, my food rule is protein for breakfast, right? You gotta have protein first. Now my rule is, and also fiber. Also fiber. And while oranges, clementines, they're great in terms of like the volume of fiber I want, I did not have it in clementines. You actually need like grains and seeds and nuts to get the fiber packed hit, right? Except for raspberries. Raspberries, top-notch fiber source. Anyway, So I decided that it has been a long time since I had basil seed goo. You guys know I love the Zen basil seeds. You can buy them on Amazon. They're 20 bucks a bag, which yes is a little expensive, but if you use them appropriately, worth every penny. And I like to make basil seed goo. I literally just throw a serving, which is 130 calories, 15 carbs, all of which are fiber. 15 grams of fiber and 5 grams of protein. I throw them in my water bottle with a scoop of creatine, which I'm trying to load some creatine every day to help with muscle recovery, brain health, all the things. And so I just I made myself some basil seed goo and drank it during my healthy meeting. I was drinking it down. So I got the calories and more importantly, the fiber from the basil seeds. And as I just got up here and as I was like, you know, toweling off and changing my clothes and thinking about the order of operations for food consumption this evening and going, well, I need to finish my protein shake because I decided I didn't want it about halfway through. And so it's just been sitting there half open, but I need to drink it because I'm severely protein deficient today. With all of this, I have 61 grams of protein and I don't know how I'm going to get 40 if I'm not very hungry. But anyway, and I was like, why am I not hungry? I'm not snacky today. I'm nothing. I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, and I had a little piece of a Hershey bar after lunch as a sweet treat. I'm not snacky. I've been snacky for days. And I went, it's the basil seed goo. It has to be the basil seed goo. You know that trend that was on TikTok and socials for a while that was like, drink lemon chia seed water? It's the same idea. I literally do that. I put lemon juice in it because I like the flavor of lemon water, but instead of chia seeds, it's basil seeds, which are just like chia seeds on steroids. That's gotta be why I have been not snacky and feeling really good. And so now I'm sitting here going, and maybe we have to do like a week of basil seed goo experiment to see if it helps curb cravings and desires to eat and whatnot, and snackiness. Because today it has been working brilliantly and I have pushed my body to the limit too. So normally I'd be really noshy and I'm not. So that's really cool. Anyway, I've been eating really great food, but like on track and whatnot. And yeah, that's all I have. Oh, and I hit a new low on the scale today. It's only by like 0.4, but it's still the lowest I've been. So whatever I'm doing is working.